welcome back to Antigua, Barbuda today. Now, a group of young eco-warriors are rising to the occasion on the beautiful islands of Antigua and Barbuda to tackle a massive global issue. The IHO Nature Rangers are not just planting seeds of change, they're cultivating a forest of hope for our planet's future. Today, we're joined by Kieran Murdoch, and he is the Communications and Admin Specialist at Integrated Health Outreach, as well as Daniel Athel Jonas, and he is a Youth Ranger at IHO as well. And we're going to explore how this dynamic youth organization is turning passion into action and transforming local teens into global environmental leaders. From mangrove restoration to radio shows, the Nature Rangers are proving that you're never too young to make a world of difference. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for that
It sounds good, right?
Yes.
Sounds good.
Nice and hype and everything.
Action. I love that.
Okay, good. All right, so we'll keep that for the next interview, right?
Definitely.
All right. How are we doing today?
Quite well,
Very
quite
good.
well. Happy to be here, and I have to second what he said. I think you should join the Nature Rangers team.
That's a great idea.
It was a great introduction.
Oh my lord. Okay, it depends on what my position is going to be. What am I? PR.
I mean, you choose. I mean, we have a free and open competitive elections from time to
I'll
time.
take you up on that offer. Now, Kieran, I'll start with you. The IHO Nature Rangers sounds like an exciting initiative. Can you paint us a picture of what a typical day at IHO looks like for a young person, a ranger like Daniel, or anyone that's involved in the program?
Well, we have two separate organizations. There's Integrated Health Outreach, which acts more like a parent organization. And then, of course, we have the IHO Nature Rangers as an organization in and of itself.
Right.
And the whole thrust and objective of the IHO Nature Rangers is to support young people in terms of conservation, in terms of environmental initiatives, in terms of biodiversity. The thrust is to get them engaged. The thrust is to pique their interest. The thrust is to find projects and activities that they can take part in that build their skills, build their environmental credentials, and also allow them to, and we think this is very important, also allow them to engage with their community. It's so important that as a young person, well, I should say all of us, regardless of our age,
Right.
but particularly we start when we're young, that we find meaningful ways of helping your community, doing something positive in your community. And one of the major issues in today's world, in this century, continues to be the management of our environment. I mean, we speak about climate change nonstop. We speak about threats to our biodiversity. We speak about threats to our habitats, our species loss, our protected areas. And so it's essential that we get young people involved. A young person who is a member of IHO has a number of opportunities to participate in different activities. Some of the activities that we've had our members participating in over the time that we've been around. Mangrove planting, mangrove tours, which is a very fun activity. We were actually partnering on a tour that we did not so long ago. A number of organizations coming together to partner, and it was a number of students. I believe it was on the Glanville School, and I still have these vivid images in my mind of, just the joy, the enjoyment of persons taking part. So there's opportunities to take part in conservation initiatives like that. There's opportunities to build capacity, which we also think is really, really important. That as you're young, you gain skills, you gain knowledge. So we tend to put on trainings, we tend to put on workshops, because persons want to build their knowledge,
Speaking of gaining skills and knowledge,
Right.
I like to say that I feel like one of our most important goals is educating. We educate the youth, we educate not just the youth, but everyone in every age category.
Right.
That's very important, because the Nature Rangers, IHO Nature Rangers, started out in, I'm pretty sure, the college, and what's it called? State College, yeah. That's where the idea blossomed from. And then they had the IHO, what's it called? The program. They had the IHO program.
Oh, in the environmental ambassadors. Yes, in the after-school environmental
secondary
ambassadors,
school, after school, and it tells us about biodiversity and the effects that we have on the environment. And I've always felt very strongly about the environment. I've always wanted to help protect it.
Right.
And then they gave me the opportunity. So at the very first chance I got when I met Gishane Powell and Miss Lexianne Powell, I immediately took the chance and became an executive on the IHO Nature Rangers board. So I'm currently mobilization officer and project planner, and I have so many exciting ideas, so many things we can do to help save the environment. The whole team does.
Right.
Just a great team of people that's working together to try their best.
Well, my next question would have been about your experience. So I'm glad you already touched on the positive part of your experience so far. Now, you're focusing on the Northeast Marine Management area for many of your activities. Can you give us an idea of what that is about and what makes it so crucial for conservation efforts?
Yes, definitely. The Northeastern Marine Management area or NEMA, is an area alongside Antigua. It's like from
Fitch's Creek area, right? We did an interview recently with them.
That's great. And basically it houses lots of diverse animals that we need to protect. A lot of mangroves that we need to protect. And the reasons we need to protect that is because they protect us without us even knowing, right? The mangroves stop, hurricanes from just completely destroying our houses. That's important. They clean up CO2 from the air, and take it in, recycle it into oxygen. Very important stuff that we need to know about. Everyone needs to know about. So that's the role of the NEMA, Northeastern Marine Management Area.
Quite the acronym, it's always been.
NEMA, right. Now, Daniel, digital media and communication skills are part of your training as well. How do you see these skills contributing to environmental advocacy, and why are they important for the young conservationists and so on?
Well, it's very important because in this day and age, digital media is pretty much everything.
Yeah.
If you want to advertise your build your business, do anything, do literally anything, it's important to have a place in digital media. And it's also important to me because I love digital media.
Right.
I love creating movies. I love trying to create movies and videos. That was actually one of my first projects in the program, the IHO program. I created a video. It's on YouTube called Antigua's Environment.
Okay.
And basically what me and my team did is we went out, we interviewed at botanical gardens. We did an interview and we found out all that we could. We put it into a pocket-sized video. And that was an amazing experience. And also it's important for the youth to be able to speak, to be able to talk confidently, and that's not easy. It looks easy, but it's not. Because confidence is something you have to work on over and over again. It doesn't just come like that.
Right.
He's acknowledging the difficult job that persons such
that
as
he's
yourself
doing right now,
do.
right?
Yes.
Now, Kieran, looking to the future, what would you say is your vision for the IHO Nature Rangers specifically, and how do you hope this program will shape both the environment and the youth of Antigua and Barbuda in the coming years?
Well, what we would like to see is a strong. We have a strong group of young people, but obviously we're looking to expand our membership at this point in time. And we're looking to build a strong group of young persons who are making a tangible impact in the society and when it comes to Antigua's environment. And we see that happening through partnerships. One of the things that we want to build on is the whole idea of collaborative social accountability, working with other civil society organizations, working with businesses, working with institutions, working with government, in order to do actions and bring about change as regards our environment. So that is our vision. And of course, I want to give a credence to all the different persons who have built and contributed the organization. I'm more recent.
Right.
He would have mentioned Lexiam Abraham Powell and Gishawn Powell, who would have been integral to the starting of the organization, of course. And our mission going forward is to give more young people that opportunity to take part and to, as he said, build capacity, build knowledge, build skills, and become better environmental stewards for the future.
Right. Now, Daniel, my last question to you is in regards to your time management and how you're able to be in school, doing what you're doing in school, being good at that, and still find the time and energy and so on to do what you're doing. You're in the environment, you're building things, you're creating things, you're doing all of these amazing stuff. So how does all of that tie in together? Where do you find the time?
Well, first of all, I would like to say you don't find time.
There's not enough time.
You make the time, right? And
right.
For me, I do a lot of activities. I do volleyball. I love volleyball.
Nice.
I speak on the radio, a show called Youthology every Friday at 3 p.m.
Nice.
So I do that. I host. Just as much extracurricular as I can get in, I do it because I want the skills and I want the knowledge. I want the experience. Very important. And I manage that by really just, honestly, I don't know.
You don't know. You just go.
I just do it. But then eventually, sometimes when it's too much, when it's all coming at me at the same time, I realize I actually have to sit down and say, okay, Daniel, we're going to get this done. Then we're going to block out some more time for this and this and this. And it's important not to burn yourself out because it's very easy to do that. It's very easy to say, I'm going to go at it all at once and I'm just going to get it done. But you really have to take your time while managing your time, while making the time.
Well, I had to ask because the next question would be for the viewers who are watching and listening, the students or the teens. They would want to know how to manage all of this. I'm in school, I have to study, exams are coming up, things like that. How would they be able to manage? So I'm glad you can give a little insight into how you do it. Kieran, how can they get involved? How can they be a part of the IHO organization?
Well, they can actually find us on Facebook. If you go and you search IHO Nature Rangers, you will find our Facebook page and you will find the link there where you can sign up and join. Or even if you Google us. If you Google us, you'll probably get a number of hits on some of the different websites in Antigua and Barbuda. We had a release out recently which would also have included a membership link to sign up where you can indicate your interest. The other thing I will say as well is that we're an organization, when we talk about youth, we're including persons up to and even above 35. I know sometimes when you say youth, we tend to think only let's say persons in school, secondary school. I know, you know how it goes. You get to a certain point and apparently you're no longer in the bracket. But anyway.
27 is people are acting like, I don't know why.
Right.
But, so it's not just an organization for, let's say, persons within the school age bracket, but also for young adults as well. And our activities cater to both brackets, for persons maybe on the younger side as well as young adults who themselves are interested in environmental awareness and want to be better environmental stewards.
All right. Is there a number that they can call if they need further information?
Sure. You can call me at 764-7109. I'm always available. I'll pick up and we can have a conversation.
Amazing. And what about sponsors or so? Is that something that you welcome as well?
Of course. We eagerly look forward to partnerships that would better empower us to carry out those activities. And one of the things that will be important going forward is how we build those partnerships, because funding is always important. Funding is always important. That's a way in which IHO assists the IHO Nature Rangers, is that we assist in terms of being able to find sources of funding to enable the Nature Rangers to do the important work that they do. But of course, if anybody is willing to reach out and partner, 764-7109.
Of course.
I would like to say just very quickly that it's important that we find out where our trash is going. Every single person on the island should be knowledgeable about where the trash is going. Because you could say you recycle and you could say you clean up, but we actually have to do the work and see what happens. Because it could be going anywhere. It could be going to the oceans. It could be coming back into your food and you're eating it. Because that is the thing that's happening a lot recently. We see a lot of microplastics are in your bloodstream. A lot of our bloodstreams, probably in my bloodstream, which is scary. Which is scary, but it is. So, you have to pay attention to these things and you have to try your best to not litter. Which sounds easy, but it's not.
It's not.
I know because I've seen people do it. I wouldn't say I've done it before.
You've done it before.
I've always disliked trash.
Right.
There's never been a thing I like to see around the place. Okay. So I don't think I wouldn't conform to that.
Well, we hope not. All right. The litter wardens are outside. So.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us, gentlemen. And of course, it's always an amazing thing to see young people doing good, especially for our environment and in our community. So kudos to you and the entire team for the work that you're doing, and hopefully you get some more people to join. Wink, wink.
I have an application form. Ready and waiting?
We'll have a chat afterwards. We've been speaking to Kieran Murdoch. He is the Communications and Admin Specialist at Integrated Health Outreach, as well as Daniel Athil Jonas. He is a Youth Ranger as well at Integrated Health Outreach. And it's all about not just planting seeds of change, but cultivating a forest of hope for our planet's future. We're going to take a break. We have a lot more coming up. And I think we're traveling to Barbuda after this. We'll be right back.